Hi there, and thank you so much for watching. Today is Saturday, February 27th, to think about that. And thank you for tuning in to see my February budget wrap-up and March spending plan, as well as my budget buy one, which I'll do at the end. I don't know about you, but I am really glad the month is over. It was kind of a difficult one. Still standing, which is good, but it was kind of difficult. And I remember in my February budget, I guess in the intro at the beginning of the month, I was also coming off a rough day, so it was just kind of a tough month. Some great stuff, good stuff in the middle, but it was a challenge. So three things in particular. Number one, I had mentioned something about my job situation, which thank goodness didn't affect me. So the good news is I still have a job. The program I was working on, however, was not renewed. So I still have a job. However, 3 of my colleagues were let go on Monday. So in my team of 5, only 2 of us are still standing, and we were moved over onto other projects. It's still kind of, it was like having a bomb go off right next to you. It was tough. Which thank goodness I still have a job. At the same time, I feel for my colleagues. Like I reached out to them on like LinkedIn and was like, please let me know if I can do anything, and I'll keep an ear open if I hear anything else anywhere else. It's really rough. And then kind of carving out a new role is a challenge, and working with new personalities is a challenge. And I realized that there are some things that I would like to change about myself in a work environment, which is also a challenge. So lots of challenges being thrown at me. The good news is I really, really like the people that I'm working with. I respect their working styles, which is great and hasn't always been the case. I'd say in the last 5 years, so I taught abroad for 2.5 years, and since being back, I've been back for about 5 years. This is a job that I've liked. I've had a lot of jobs. This is a job that I really like the most, and felt like I've learned the most from. So that's the good news on the job front. On the housing front, the good news is there's still a roof over my head, thank God. However, there will be a change to the amount of money I will be contributing for that roof over my head, which is well and good, and it's time that I do that. So I am excited to do that. And it's a whole other story, which I'm kind of hoping to do a video on later on. So that's the good news and the challenging news. And then in terms of relationship and people, the good news is I'm feeling really connected to people around me, especially through church, and I guess the community at large. I'm feeling really, I don't want to say useful, but I'm feeling like I can do things that will help people, if that makes sense, which I think is so important and vital. And you realize that you have something to contribute wherever your station in life, whatever your situation in life. So that's the good news. I'll just leave it at that. The thing with connecting is the more you connect, the more potential for things to kind of burn you or zing you. And I just feel like I got a little bit zinged, and because of myself and my personality. And I'm really learning how to manage myself better and how to interact with people better and to be kinder and gentler, because I feel like I come across sometimes very aggressive and very like, not demanding, but I can come across a little bit strong. So I'm learning to work with that and to moderate that. All of this long 4-minute preamble to say, this affected my budget numbers because I was just feeling really, really, intense. I was feeling, there were feelings that were happening, and it was tough. My budget took a beating in the area of eating out, because of the aforementioned connections, and it was a choice that I made. Okay, I'm going to do this and not do this. So I made some cutbacks and moved some money around that I would not move again. But I guess in hindsight, it happened. The good news is I didn't go into debt. So there you go. So in terms of my February numbers, I'll try to run through them fairly quickly. My emergency fund, I put less into savings. I gave less in terms of faith-based giving, which is the thing that I would never do again. But it came time to, there was some eating out that was happening that was almost, I felt like a ministry. I would not do that again because I believe that for me, tithing is, you don't touch tithing. And so what happened was the crappy crap happened in the beginning of the month, and then there was like some eating out that happened toward the middle of the month. And I was like, okay, this is how we're going to adjust for it. So it wasn't like I decided to reallocate that money and then the crap happened. Because again, I feel like tithing is something that is non-negotiable for me. So that's just what happened. Lawn was the same, utilities were the same, cell phone was the same, and I'm trying, I don't know what's the most helpful to people, to go through line by line or not. So if you want to comment down below, that'd be great. Let me know what you want to know about my budget. I'm like, it's done. What more do you want? Because not that that's, whatever, any kind of demanding thing, but sometimes I feel like I'm the taskmaster that demands this of myself. Something that was really interesting, that was a huge help, was actually having the clothing budget, because I went out one day with a friend and she's like, girl, you need new pants, new shoes, a new bag, a new coat. And I was like, okay. And I ended up finding these amazing, amazing buys. I know from like H&M and Charlotte Russe, which I know are like not the best quality, B, not ethically produced. However, they were what I needed at the time. So I was really grateful for that. And I put some money into personal care. I actually stayed within my budget for personal care, which was great. And now I'm no longer alone in the house, so that's going to affect this video. But I'm glad I got this in. Adjusted again the amount that I paid on my overdraft at the bank, so that's not so good. Paid the ticket, which was good. Stayed within my grocery budget. Yeah, so that's good news. I'll see if I can insert a picture, like a screenshot, of my budget after, just because, and this is my March budget. Numbers, excuse me, are still in pencil. Again, I am using the templates from the Uncluttered Lifestyle, which I will link below because I think they're beautiful. And every time I see someone else using them, I'm like, yay, because they're gorgeous and very helpful. Yeah, so this is March. In March, historically, March has been a fantastic month for me. Like, the best things in my life have all happened in March. So I don't know if my expectations are just unrealistically high, but that's where it is. So here's to wrapping up February. Anyone else? Can anyone else hear me on that? So wrapping up February and getting ready for March. And this is the budget buy. So if you remember from my my story about changing your mindset and how I got a raise at work, or I got a bonus at work. Please, a raise. So I took that bonus. I put 80% of it in savings, and I tithed 10%, and I took 10%, and I was like, I'd like something that I can remember this moment where you might not know what's coming next, but if you say to yourself and you believe in yourself, every day I'm getting better and every day I'm doing a little bit better, and I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to trust that a little bit further down things are going to get better. So I wanted something to remind myself of that. So I actually went online, and I'd heard about this company for a while. It's David Smallcombe. And I'd heard about him through friends. I know there's some YouTube chick that's been pushing his stuff. So I went on Etsy. He has an Etsy store, and it was just beautiful. Like, it came really well packaged. It was just this little bag, a little box, and it came with bubble wrap and inside like this. And it was, and he put in like a little pen and a little card. It was really, really neat. He's been in business for like 30 years, so I can see why, because they're great, timeless things. So I got this bracelet. And it was within my like budget, my amount that I had set out. What the heck? Yeah, my budget. So it just looks like that. And this is my Cape Cod bracelet that I wear all the time. Had for 10 years. And this is what I got with the money that I got from my Christmas bonus, my mindset bonus. And I'll see this and just be reminded, keep going. You never know what's on the other side. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't and you would like to, please subscribe. Would love to have you along for the journey. And thanks again for being here. Bye.